Hey, good morning everyone. Welcome to my channel Technical Learning for All. And today we are going to understand how to create MySQL database, okay, on the AWS cloud. We will create the MySQL DB on the AWS cloud, and later we will connect to our MySQL database, okay, which is on the cloud, okay, by using the MySQL workbench, okay, and workbench is installed in my local system. So today's agenda, okay, and if you are new to our channel, okay, please visit our channel Technical Learning for All on the YouTube, okay. So today's agenda is step 1. We are going to create MySQL DB, okay. Maybe most of you are student and maybe you installed different databases like MySQL or Oracle, right, in your local system, but today we are going to create this database on the cloud, okay. So on which cloud we are going to create it? We are going to create it on the AWS, okay. Now once we created the MySQL DB on the cloud, what we will do is that we will access, okay, we will access that database, okay. We will access, or we can say like that, we will connect to database from our local system, okay. So let's start it. So you can refer to my website, okay, trtr4u.com, okay. Now just go to blog section, go to the blog, okay. Now here if today is the 20th March, okay, so you will get the first article here. But if you are watching this video in future, okay, then what you can do is that you can just click on the search, okay, and then click on click on the search button and then search for creating a MySQL DB, okay, MySQL database hosted in AWS, okay. Search for it, creating a MySQL database, okay, hosted. You have to search for this title, okay, simple funda, creating a MySQL database, and then click on the search button. So you will get my article here, okay, if you are watching in the future, okay, and then you can open this article. Now step 1, okay, as you know, if you are learning DevOps, right, if you want to learn AWS, you should have account on the Amazon AWS portal, right. So URL for that is the aws.amazon.com, okay. So my account is already created, okay. So first step is that you have to create account on this, and then you have to log in that, okay. So let's click on the link, then sign into the console, and in my case login will happen automatically, okay. In your case it will ask you your login ID and password, okay, or it may ask you to create the account, okay. If you open this in the, let's just do one thing, let's open this link in the incognito mode, open link in the incognito window, okay. So if you are a first time visitor, right, see, you got the option here, right, to create the account, to create an AWS account. So click on this, okay, and then fill the form, right, add your all the information, okay, create your username, password. You will get one verification mail, okay, on the email address which you will mention here, right. So you have to verify that email address, okay, by clicking on the link which you will get in your email, okay. Create your account and then do sign up, then do sign in, okay. So when you log in to the AWS portal first time, okay, so first time nothing will be visible to you here. Okay, it will be completely blank for you first time. Okay, so to create the MySQL DB, okay, we have to search for RDS. Step 1. Okay, step 1, search for RDS. Okay, RDS means what? Relational Database Service. Okay, this is one of the service provided by the Amazon, okay, to create the relational databases on the cloud. So click on this RDS. This is the step 1. Once you click on the RDS, okay, it will provide you the option to create database. If you scroll down, right, you can check here database instances, right? At this moment, no database running in my cloud. Okay, so whenever you want to create the database, okay, search for RDS, then click on the create database option. You can check same on my web portal. Okay, on my portal, see, step 1, log in to the AWS. Step 2, search for RDS. Step 3, click on create database. Okay, click on the create database. Okay, now step 4, select the easy create. Okay, selected the easy create. There are two ways, standard create, okay, and easy create. So we will go for the easy create, and it is the recommended. Okay, use recommended best practice configuration. Some configuration option can be changed after the database is created. Okay, why I am going for this one? If I want to change any option once database is created, right, so I can do that easily by using this one. Okay, so click on the easy create, scroll down. Now see, you will see here different type of database option. Okay, it is giving option for MySQL, okay, then Oracle, then MariaDB. Okay, so today we are going to create the MySQL. So click on the MySQL here. We want to create the MySQL DB. See, MySQL is the most popular open source database in the world. MySQL on RDS offer the rich feature of the MySQL community. Okay, so you can read all this information here. I hope you know MySQL, right? And then scroll down. Edition should be the MySQL community. And see, this is the important thing. Okay, so whenever you create account on the AWS, it is free for 1 year. Okay, so just select the free tier. Click on the free tier. It is free for 1 year. If you use any extra services, then maybe you will get charged. Okay, but you have to take care. Okay, if you create the database, you have to take care of the deletion as well. Okay, then you will not get charged a lot. And in the free tier, it is free for 1 year. Okay, so we search for RDS, we click on easy create, we selected a MySQL here, and then we selected the free tier. Okay, now come down, scroll down. Now see, database instance verifier. Now what is database instance verifier? Okay, it is the name of your database in a simple way. Okay, just imagine I want to create the database with some name like employee DB, right, or school management system DB, right? So I can give any name. Okay, so if you check here, we have given some example, right? You can give any database identifier, okay, any username, any password. Okay, so I am giving the name like technical learning for all. Okay, DB instance identifier. Okay, so I will give name like technical learning. Copy in the notepad. Technical learning for all DB is our database instance identifier. Then master username. You can give any username, okay, as per your requirement. I am keeping the same username here, master username as admin. Okay, then credentials management. So there are two options: manage in the AWS secret manager, okay, and self manage. So here I want to create my own password, okay, so I will select the self managed. See, here is what RDS generate a password for you and manage it throughout the life cycle, okay, but I want to go for the self managed. I will create my own password, okay. So we entered database instance identifier name, then master username. Under credential management we have selected the self management. See, here also we have given step by step self managed. Then password, you can give anything, okay, any. So I'm giving some password here now, but you have to remember the password, okay. So once you enter the password, you can check here. One option is there, auto generate password. Amazon RDS can generate a password for you, or you can specify your own password, right? But I want to create my own, that's why I entered manually. Then scroll down here. After entering password, okay, click on the create button. You can check other setting here if you want, but not required. View default setting for AC create, you can just check here whatever default setting is there. Then we don't need to set up the EC2 instance now. If you want to know what is EC2 instance, what is the EC2 instance and how to create that, right, you can just visit my channel Technical Learning for All, and you can just watch a video which is what is EC2 instance, right, EC2 instance example, this one, this video you can watch, okay, this one, and then this second one. So you will get whole idea of the Amazon's EC2 instance, but it is not mandatory for MySQL DB, okay, but if you want to know, you can just visit my channel and watch that. Now click on the create database. If you want, just take an overview, searched for RDS, selected easy create, selected a MySQL, scroll down, selected free tier, entered database instance identifier, okay, Technical Learning for All, and here I want to give some more like MySQL DB, okay, MySQL DB, MySQL DB. MySQL DB. Whatever password you are giving, right, master password, this one, okay, please remember that without password you will not be able to log in, okay. So whatever password you are giving, just remember that. Finally, click on the create database, and one important point is that you must select the free tier here, okay, it is free for 1 year. Okay, it is giving some error that master password must be 8 characteristic or more. So let's do one thing, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, okay. Once I create the video, I will delete this database, okay, so don't worry about this password, okay, I will not worry about that because I will delete my database. Then click on the create DB. But if you are working, right, in a company, don't share password with anyone, okay. Now it will take some time, okay, to create the database. I will close this window, wait for some time. See, the status is creating, right, so we have to wait for some time. Okay, so it will take near about 5 to 10 minutes, okay, to make our database available. Now if you check here, status is the available, okay. So we successfully created our database instance, okay, MySQL DB instance. But to access this database from our local system, we have to do some settings, okay. So step 6, select the DB and click on the modify. Select database and click on the modify. See, what we have done is that select DB, then click on the modify, okay, then scroll down, click on the additional configuration. You should get that here, additional configuration. There is some problem, man, okay. I don't know what is the problem, but there is some UI issue here, okay. Let me refresh once. Selected DB, click on the modify, instance configuration, additional configuration here, okay. It is about the database authentication, so make this publicly accessible, okay. This step is completed. Then scroll down and click on the continue. Click on the continue, okay. Then apply immediately. Once you click on the continue, okay, select apply immediately and then click on the modify DB instance. Now step 9, okay, we have done till now. Now step 9 is the select DB and click on the security group. So just click on this radio button. If you have multiple databases, select the DB. If you select the DB, you should see the information. What you can do is that simply click on this, okay, click on the DB. You should get the security group here, okay, VPC, okay. Click on the security group, then edit inbound rule, edit the inbound rule. So here we need to add two rule, okay. So what we can do is that we can just select the security group here. Let's see whether we are able to edit or not. Yeah, okay. Then click on the edit inbound rule, okay. Now here we have to add two rules, okay. So first rule is the select here MySQL, okay. See, MySQL I have given here. Protocol should be TCP, okay. Port number 3306 and I will take here IPv6, anywhere IPv6, okay. Then add second rule, MySQL TCP, okay, and here IPv4, okay. First one is the IPv6, second is the IPv4, fine. Then you can just click on the save rule. I will delete this one, this is not required, okay. These two rules are sufficient for me. Clicking on the save rule, it will take some time. So now we are ready to connect to our database, okay. Why we added this two rule? Because we want to make the connection, right? So to make the connection, it should allow that inbound traffic, okay, to the database. So the two main settings which you must remember, okay, is the first one, right? go to the additional configuration, click on the publicly accessible. Okay, if it is publicly accessible, then only you will be able to connect to your database, because your database is on the Amazon cloud, right? And you want to connect to your database from your local system, right? Let's go to the RDS once. RDS database instance. See, now if you check, one database instance is running, right? Click on that. You can see your DB instance here. You can select that. If multiple are there, you can click on that. Okay, and you can verify the settings here. We went to the VPC security group, correct? And in the VPC security group, we added to inbound rule also, security group ID. If you scroll down, you will see the to rule, right? So all is done now. Now let's do one thing. Let's try to connect to our database. Now to do connection with the database, okay, one thing which we need is the endpoint. Endpoint, username and password. You can go here also, databases, select your DB or click on that, scroll down, copy the endpoint, remember the port number, okay, it is 3306. So copied the endpoint now. If you want, you can save somewhere. We need the endpoint and the port number, right? Now this is our database, technical learning for all MySQL database. It is running on the AWS cloud. Okay, now in my Windows laptop I installed MySQL Workbench. Okay, so if you don't know, MySQL Workbench is one of the GUI, okay, graphical user interface, okay, to connect with our databases, right? So here we have the MySQL DB. It is running on the AWS cloud. To connect to this MySQL DB, we need the MySQL Workbench IDE, right? So in my laptop, I installed MySQL Workbench 8th version 8.0 CE. If you don't have, you can install that. It will not take more than 2 minutes to install, okay? So once you install and open MySQL Workbench, okay, click on this plus icon. Okay, when you click on the plus icon, it will open the new window, okay, and it will ask you the connection information, right? Now you can give any name to your connection. Here I am going to give the name of my database instance identifier, okay, technical learning for all MySQL DB. Then we have to add the host name here, okay. So host name is nothing but your endpoint, okay, this is the endpoint, right? rds.amazonaws.com, this one full, okay. This we got from where? We got this endpoint from the AWS UI, right? What we done? We gone to our databases, then we clicked on our database identifier, then we scroll down, and in the connectivity and security section we got our endpoint, right? So we need this endpoint, so let's copy this, Control C. Now here instead of host name, right, in this remove this one and add the endpoint. Now a port number is the 3306 on the cloud, my database, okay. The port number for my database, the port number which is configured is what? 3306, 3306, right? Same we have here. Then we have the username and the password, right? We, as you remember, we added master username as the admin, okay, and master password. So admin, okay, and then click on this store in the vault, enter your password, click on the OK. Now click on test connection. It may take some time, okay, based on your internet speed. See, successfully made the MySQL connection, okay, to this host on this port. This is the username, right? Click on the OK and again click on the OK. See, our connection is now created. If you click on this now, it will open the console for you, okay, and from that console you can create whatever table you want, okay. So see, we got it, right? We got it. So at this moment there is only one sys_config and there are no tables at all, okay. So if you want, you can create the table by using the commands, okay. So guys, I think you understood whole procedure end to end, okay. So simply what we done is that we created the MySQL DB on the AWS cloud and we connected to that MySQL DB from our Windows machine. So if you think that on this channel you are getting the important content, right, then you can subscribe to the Technical Learning for All. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, and good night.